Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here today for our week 5 Surya Namaskara. This will be Surya Namaskara C, our traditional Surya sun salutation. And we're going to be adding some twists into Surya Namaskara. Twists activate the samana vayu, also activates the annamaya kosha, the digestive organs of the physical body, and the pranamaya kosha, the samana vayu. So our we're working on koshas this week. We're learning about the koshas, the layers of our being, the sheaths. And annamaya kosha is the sheath of the body, this physical body. And then the pranamaya sheath, the pranamaya kosha, is our energy body. So this include the prana vayus, which we're going to be activating the samana vayu within the prana vayus. The prana vayu has 5 vayus, and we'll be activating the energies of equalizing our energies, which is really a beautiful thing. So we're working on this. These both 2 koshas, the annamaya kosha with the digestive organs, and bringing vitality into the organs. And we're also with the energy body, working with the samana vayu and the abdominal area and the inner organs of this annamaya kosha, the physical organs of the body. We're vitalizing the organs of the body by bringing energy in, and we're equalizing the energy. So this is a really good practice. If your energy is low, it can bring you up. Twists and work in the samana vayu, which equalizes energy. If your energy is really high, this twists and equalizing the samana vayu can bring you a little more calm. So this is a really universal practice. So let's begin the practice. And we are focusing on our Ujjayi breath this week. We are on the niyama of satya, self-purification, cleanliness of the being, the mind, and purifying our being. So yoga, we're ongoingly purifying and ongoingly practicing all these yamas and niyamas. So we're bringing a little focus to letting go of things that may not be as pure as we would want to be circulating in our systems. And whether it's toxins in the body, whether it's toxic thoughts or negativities or agitations in the mind, we're wanting to purify as much as possible this body, mind, spirit with our satya focus. And we are also on samadhi. So we'll be moving through and bringing a little focus on samadhi in this practice. I know it's a lot, but I know you can do it too. Sitting comfortably in your comfortable seat and feeling that earth supporting your body, grounded in this sacred body temple, this annamaya kosha, the physical sheath of our being. And breathing into that lower belly as we begin to move and bring our awareness to the pranamaya kosha, the energy body, and the pranayama, deep belly breathing. And diving inward into pratyahara as we travel these 8 limbs of yoga, withdrawing from the external and bringing our attention inwardly. Noticing the inner aliveness, the inner sensations. Maybe you feel that heart beating in the center of your chest, that pulsation, noticing as it expands throughout your entire body. Begin to move into some nice deep Ujjayi breaths. That ocean breathing and gentle engagement of the glottis. Hearing that soothing sound of the ocean passing through your consciousness. As we move into Dharana, single point of focus on Ujjayi breath. And resting in meditative awareness, dhyana. Pure conscious awareness. Allowing the mind to slow down, come still. Resting in pure wakefulness, alert, equanimous. Inviting samadhi to grace us at any moment. And in this place of silent stillness, setting an intention for yourself and for your life. Always in the present moment and in the positive. And taking a moment for mental rehearsal and feeling the emotional benefits. Releasing that intention with this or better, this or better, this or better. We're going to start with a couple gentle twists on the floor. We'll come back and do a couple more at the end of practice just to kind of warm up the body. Let's first do some circles, keeping that breath flowing, that Ujjayi breath, using that as our focus throughout the practice if possible. You go one direction, make sure to go the other. Maybe you're just going side to side. It's finding as much movement, maybe even some cat-cow, some flexion and extension of the spine. Add a little lateral movements into the spine. Beautiful, soothing Ujjayi breath. Into a gentle twist as you take your right hand onto your left knee, left hand behind the left buttocks, and inhale, lengthening the body, and exhaling, twist. Activating that pranamaya kosha, that samana vayu. Make some detoxification into those internal organ, digestive organs, and release. We move to the other side, bringing the left hand to the right knee, right hand is behind the buttocks, the right buttocks, inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, twist. Every inhale, lengthen the spine. Every exhale, twist. Using that Ujjayi breath. And release. Beautiful job. Let's come up to a standing position. And coming to the front of your mat, feet hip width apart, we're going to begin our Surya Namaskara, our sun salutation. Yeah, I think we're okay here. Let's move into our loops. Bringing in the best alignment we can bring, lifting the toes, feeling the lift of the arch, feeling the calves engage in shin loop, lifting the knees, engaging the quadriceps in our thigh loop, bringing that pelvis to neutral, pelvic loop, lifting the ribs in our kidney loop, feeling that energy come right up between the lips in our shoulder loop, chin comes parallel to the floor, and dropping those shoulders down away from the ears, lifting that head in our skull loop, feeling lifting up. And noticing this alignment, do a little internal rotation of the upper thighs, a little external rotation of the upper arms, finding your center of gravity, and taking one more breath here in your mountain. Next inhale, reaching the arms up into a nice extended mountain, with even a little back bend. And exhaling into your forward fold. Hinging at the hips, you can tilt that pelvis forward and hinge down to protect that lower back. Can come down to blocks for the earth, relaxing the head. Finding any variation with the arms and the hands, holding the elbows, hands behind the calves. You can rest the arms up on the lower back. And breathe. Ujjayi breath if you can. One more breath. We're going to add in a little twist here. Activate that samana, that pranamaya, kosha, and the digestive organs of the annamaya kosha. So taking your left hand and putting it right between the feet, a little forward of the feet, or if you have a block, you can do this. You can use your block. And lifting that right arm up. So feeling that nice twist in the spine. And use that Ujjayi breath. You can gaze up at the fingertips or keep the head in alignment with the spine. One more breath. And bringing that right hand down, bringing that right into the center, rooting that into the earth, and lifting the left arm up. And breathe. And engage those bandhas. Use your Ujjayi breath if you can. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bringing the hands down. And let's move into half forward fold. Hands right under the knees on the shins, extending that spine out. You can also bring the fingertips to the earth for a variation. And releasing down into your forward fold as you bring that right leg back behind you. And you can stay in your low lunge or you can come up into a high lunge. You can also drop the knee down if you like. Bring the knee down to the floor for a modification. We'll be going into low lunge again, squaring those hips and taking a moment to take a breath here in our high lunge before we move into a twist. Knee is right over the ankle. Feet are parallel. One more deep breath. And then we're going to add a little twist into this so we can bring the hands in prayer position, twisting over to the left and finding a gentle twist. Now you can also bring the hand down to the earth for a twist. You can, if you like, to rest that elbow on the front leg and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down to the floor, taking that left leg back into your downward facing dog. Let's do a little walking of the dog. Using that Ujjayi breath, keeping that flowing. And coming back to center. And We're going to hinge into our plank. We're going to move into the downward dog twisting next round. And there's a few things you can do adding a little twist into your plank. And one of them is just moving side to side. Noticing your body, keeping that ujjayi breath flowing. And you can also bring the knees down and find some gentle movement here. And then we're going to go knees, chin, and chest, moving into chaturanga, moving into our up dog. Feel that nice bend in our lower back. Move into ujjayi. One more breath. And slowly lowering down. And when you get down to the earth, I'm going to unknot my little sweater. Feel very good. Taking a moment to rest in a savasana for a breath. And bringing the arms out and the legs out. And we're going to, on the next inhale, we're going to lift the right hand and the left leg and feel them extend away from the body. And breathe. Ujjayi breath. One more breath. And relaxing, maybe turning your head to the opposite side you turned it for a breath. And remembering throughout this practice, you can take breaks anytime you want. Always honor your body, listen to your body, manage your own being. And if you ever feel pain, always back on. And bringing those arms and legs back out. We're going to lift the left arm and the right leg and extending those out away from the body and bring in the ujjayi breath. One more breath. Beautiful, releasing down. We're going to come into table for a moment. And we're going to add a little twist here. Yes, I can tie that up now for a moment. And we're going to do thread the needle. So this opens up the shoulder, but it also adds a little bit of twist to the practice. So inhaling the arm up. I have the right arm up and then bringing that right arm between the left wrist and the left knee, resting on that shoulder, and relax and breathe. Ujjayi breath. On the next inhale, reaching that arm up and then bringing it down. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring that left arm up. And then on the exhale, bringing that hand right between the right wrist and the right knee, resting on that left shoulder, and relax. And bring in that ujjayi breath. And on the next inhale, reaching that arm up and then coming back. And we're going to curl the toes under, straightening those legs, lifting the hips in your downward facing dog. Maybe a couple pedals of walking your dog. And coming back to center. We're going to add a little twist here. We're going to move into our three-legged dog, bringing that right leg out behind us, taking a breath here. You can bend that knee and open up the hips. Open up and find a little gentle twist. Now, if wild things in your practice, if you have any shoulder issues, I wouldn't advise going into wild thing, but if it's in your practice, you can move all the way into wild thing from here. Feeling that. Keep going. So find your variation and one more breath. And moving back into three-legged dog. And then releasing that leg down. And inhaling that left leg up into three-legged dog. Taking a breath here. Deep Ujjayi breaths. Bending the left knee and opening up the left hip. And breathe, Ujjayi breath. If you'd like to move into wild thing, if it's in your practice, you have no shoulder issues, moving into wild thing. Into your wild thing. A lot of things you can do with your hands in wild thing. And coming back up into three-legged dog and releasing that leg down. And we're going to bring that right leg up between the hands, move into a lunge on this other side, coming all the way up. You move into your high lunge, or if you want to stay in your low lunge, you can do that. You can also drop that knee to a nice low lunge. And then moving into your twist. So whether you want to bring palms together, whether you want to have your hands on the earth, or twisting that spine, activating samana vayu, it's in our abdomen, equalizing the energies throughout our body. Bringing vitality to the digestive organs, the annamaya kosha. And we're activating and equalizing that pranamaya kosha when we activate samana vayu. One more breath. Coming up into your lunge. And bringing the hands down. Let's bring that left foot back and find your forward fold. Coming up into half forward fold. And releasing down into forward fold. And on the next inhale, lifting the head first and the heart, arms way out, coming all the way up, back into your mountain pose. And I'm going to invite you to take a moment to move through these 8 limbs into our little samadhi break. This week we're focusing on samadhi as well as Ujjayi breath for our focus. And feel those feet on the earth, the grounding, the physical body. We're rooted in this body. We're not going to leave. We're secure. We're safe. This body temple is our anchor right now. And then from there, we're going to take a nice deep Ujjayi breath. As we sense the energy field around us, this pranamaya kosha. Absorbing and noticing the energies of this samana vayu that's been activated. Equalizing of all the energies in our body and our energy field, our pranamaya kosha. That Ujjayi breath moving through, diving into pratyahara, diving into your heart, the inner being, noticing the dynamic energy field within you. Moving into dharana, focusing on that Ujjayi breath, concentration, all your single point of focus on the Ujjayi breath. And maintaining concentration, yet releasing that single point. Basking in concentration of pure awareness, pure conscious awareness. Silent stillness within your own being, within your mind. And welcoming that state of samadhi, a deeper and deeper experience of your own beingness. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. And back to the pranamaya kosha, the energy body, and the annamaya kosha, asana, the physical being. As you inhale those arms up into mountain, and exhaling them down into forward fold, tilting that pelvis forward, sticking the tailbone out and hinging at the hips, and allowing your spine to be the last to fold after you hinge, protecting that lower back. Taking a breath in forward fold. Coming into half forward fold. Releasing back down to forward fold. And we're going to bring that right leg back behind us. And we're going to drop the knee. And we can move into a nice twist here as well. So we can take those hands in prayer position and we can twist, resting very gently that right elbow onto the left thigh, and engage the bandhas and breathe with your Ujjayi breath. One more breath. Good job. We're bringing the hands back down to the mat. Let's move into some lunge rocks as you bend the front knee and allow that hip to come down towards the floor, that pelvis, opening up the pelvic and hip area. And straightening that front leg. Maybe flexing and extending that front foot. Beginning a nice spontaneous flow back and forth, finding your own pace, making any little micro movements, adding a little gentle twist in there if you need, keeping that samana vayu activated, bringing that vitality, cleansing of the internal physical organs of the body. Beautiful job. And let's bring the left leg back and we're in our table again. Let's move into a little cat-cow. We're still in our Surya Namaskara C, but we're using the Surya Namaskara C to introduce some variations with the twist. These twists activate that samana vayu, that equalizing energy in our body. And adding any spontaneous movements in your cat-cow. Maybe when you're in cat, you may like to bring those hips back, maybe make some hip circles or go side to side. Keeping that ujjayi breath flowing. Those energy locks, that mala bandha, all three bandhas gently engaged, sealing the energy in as you build the prana. And coming back to center, we're going to curl those toes under, moving into our downward facing dog. And let's do a little bit of pedaling, walking the dog. Introduce another little variation of a twist. You can take that right hand and you can grab that left ankle. That's a little gentle twist. A little bit of balance into your down dog. Engage the bandhas and breathe with the ujjayi breath. One more breath. And let's switch hands. Bringing that left hand to the right ankle. And bringing in ujjayi breath. Beautiful job. And back to your downward facing dog. We'll bring the feet back and Can drop those knees or stay in a full plank, and the invitation is to do a few push-ups if you like. And if not, just come down to the floor, just adding a little bit of strength to the arms, keeping them strong. And when you're done, just coming down flat to the earth, nice and slowly. Taking a couple breaths. And a nice little variation on your belly is a bow pose, but we can add a little twist, so we can take the right hand to the left leg and we just hold it there for a moment and feel that gentle twist. We don't need to move up into a bow. Just bending that knee, bringing the hands to the ankle and feeling that gentle twist in the body, and breathe. One more breath. And releasing the leg. Let's move to the other side, bending that right leg, taking the left hand to the right foot or ankle, whatever you can reach, and breathe. If you want to lift that leg up just a little bit, you can. Noticing the sensations, honoring your body, and your Jaya breath. And releasing that leg. And let's sit here in Sphinx for a moment, a nice gentle passive back bend, taking a few breaths. It's a variation from our up dog and our baby cobra. And clasping those hands, you can come up to the knees for a moment. And we move into our downward facing dog in a dolphin. So lifting the legs and moving into the dolphin. And adding that twist if you like, a little bit of twisting to bring those hips side to side gently. And breathe. Ujjayi breath. And coming all the way up into your full downward dog. And we're going to bring that right leg between the hands, step, or you could take several steps up to the hands, dropping the back knee. We move into some lunge rocks here for a moment, feeling the opening of the hips, straightening the front leg, feel a nice stretch on the back leg muscles, flexing, extending that forward foot, keeping that Ujjayi breath flowing. Adding in any micro twists or micro movements that feel good. And coming back to center, staying in this nice low lunge here, coming up, and find your twist variation, whether you want to bring that hand down to the earth or you want to bring the hands in prayer position, gently resting on the thigh, and breathe. Beautiful. Remembering when the knees are down, you can always put a cushion or something under those knees, curling those toes, lifting that back leg up, and walking or stepping the back leg to the front into forward fold. Relaxing the head, maybe a gentle yes, no, honoring your neck, your spine, your head. Inhale, coming up. Forward fold. Exhale back down into forward fold. So micro bend in the knees. On the next inhale, lifting the head, lifting the heart, bringing those hands out. Coming all the way back to your mountain position. We're going to take another little samadhi break. So as you stand here, if you need to come to a seated position, that's okay. Bringing your awareness to the physical body. Asana. Deep breath into the belly using Ujjayi breath as we move into pranayama. Diving your awareness inward into your heart, into the inner aliveness within you. Bringing all your focus concentration on the Ujjayi breath. Dharana concentration. Releasing that single point of focus, but maintaining that concentration in pure meditative awareness. Resting at the mind of Purusha, inviting samadhi to grace you. Deepening that meditation, just a little more silent, a little more still. Samadhi, everywhere, everything. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Let's move into a forward fold by rolling down. So we're going to start rolling down the spine, bending. Gentle rolling of the spine. Feeling nice, gentle forward fold. And bending the knees as much as you need as you start to bring the hands to the earth, bending the knees, coming down to a seated position. We're going to do 2 more twists. complete the practice. So the first one is going to be a seated spinal twist. So I have my left leg extended out. I'm going to take the right foot and I'm going to bring it on the outside of the left leg. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to hug that right leg into my body while the right hand is right behind the right buttocks. And inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling as you twist to gaze out over that right shoulder. Using that Ujjayi breath as you twist, activate the samana vayus, the pranamaya kosha, equalizing the pranic energies in your body and activating that annamaya kosha, the physical organs, cleansing and vitalizing those organs. One more breath here. And coming back to center. We'll switch to the other side. My right leg is out, bending that left leg, bringing the left foot on the outside of the left leg, hugging that leg into the body, bringing the left hand to the buttocks, inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, twist. Deep Ujjayi breaths. And coming back to center, releasing that left leg. And let's move down nice and gently onto our back. Nice and slowly bringing those knees into the chest. Let's rock back and forth, releasing any tension in that lower back. Beautiful job. And let's extend that left leg out straight. Right leg, knee is bent. Coming up to the left side, just an inch. And bringing that right knee over to the left hand on the right knee to guide it over. And that right arm out 90 degrees. And turning the head to gaze out over those right fingertips. Both shoulders are on the earth. Feeling that nice twist from the cervical spine, upper, mid, and lower thoracics to the lumbar. And breathe and enjoy the sensations. Maintaining that Ujjayi breath. We're activating some sacha. This is a really good way to eliminate toxins in your organs. Purify your organ system, digestive organs. And one more breath here. And releasing that leg. Coming onto your back, and we're going to move to the other side. So extending that right leg out straight on the earth, coming up onto that right side an inch, bending the left knee and bringing it over to the right hand on the left knee to guide it over. And left hand out 90 degrees, turning your head to gaze out over those left fingertips. And bringing in that deep Ujjayi breath. And one more breath. And releasing that leg. Coming flat on your back. Making any last little movement, maybe bringing the knees into the chest. You may need before we move into our savasana. Relaxing those legs out, moving into a nice savasana pose. You can open the legs up a little, bring the arms out a little wider than the body. Feeling the support of the earth holding you as you allow your body to sink deeper into the earth, become heavier, releasing all the muscular holding and tension in your body. Feeling that annamaya kosha, that physical body, fully supported, safe, and relaxed. Taking a deep breath into the belly to move into pranamaya kosha, the energy body, the vital body, honoring all those systems, the samana vayu, but all the vayus, the nadis, the sushumna nadi, charging a great river up your spine, the chakras, the meridians, relaxing the nervous system. Moving into pratyahara. Mental, emotional, being deep inside yourself, diving into the felt sense, the dynamic energy field within you, all the emotions. And bringing your full, single-pointed concentration to that Ujjayi breath as you move into Dharana. And releasing the concentration, moving into dhyana, pure meditative awareness, silent stillness, aware, alert, conscious, inviting samadhi to take you deeper at any moment by grace. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly as you gently come back. The energy body, the pranamaya kosha, and the annamaya kosha, your physical body. Wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Stretching out the arms and the legs. And rolling over to one side or the other. When you feel ready, coming up to a seated position. Taking a moment to check in. Checking in with the physical body, the energy body, the inner aliveness. And bringing yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we are, let's see what the time is. Oh, we do some pranayama on the next video. So let's get do a little, Maddie showed them equalizing. We'll do that today a little later on. We will close with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Check out ecstaticyoga.studio. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Thank you for joining me.